Hi, this is Norm, and this is the sixth video we've done as an orientation video going through the Memorandum of Understanding for those coming from outside of Greece. And this is in regards to Lighthouse 24/7, which is 30 days of 24/7 worship and prayer from November 1st to the 30th. And for those people who could come for a week, 2 weeks, a month, or whatever, to lay the foundations for a 24/7 house of prayer in the spirit of the Tabernacle of David. And today, what I want to do is go down to page 5 and discuss very briefly finances, financial costs for those coming to Greece, Athens, during November from outside of Greece. The first thing that you see there, and we talked about this earlier, is a registration fee of $70. Now, what I said earlier, and I'll repeat this, and that is that this is a voluntary thing. We're not requiring this. If you want to come and pray, and you want to come and pray for free, nobody's going to stop you. This is great. Come and pray. This $70 registration fee that we're asking for will go to cover the expenses of the building that we'll be using, the utilities, some of our local transportation, some of the security measures we're taking, printing, and so on and so forth. And there'll probably be a host of other things that will have to be trusting God for the money. So to give this $70, you can go on the website www.elijahcompany.org and then click the button that says helpful donations. And you can give, and then if you need a tax deductible receipt, we can also provide that for you. Now, in regards to airfare, depending on where you're coming from, prices will vary. I am speaking in reference to traveling from Kansas City, Missouri, and prices that I've found. A suggestion that I would make would be to use a site called AirTKT. So it's AIRTKT.com. I found some really great deals using this website. But I also found great package deals on Orbitz, and that's Orbitz.com, which I already mentioned it earlier, where I did a package deal where I got a flight round trip from MCI, Kansas City, to Athens, and returned, stayed 3 weeks in a hotel near the Acropolis with a breakfast buffet, and this was a special deal. It was $613. Now, since then, I haven't found a deal that good, but there are some pretty good package deals that you could find that would sometimes beat the price of a round-trip fare alone. So you could check that out. The other website I would check out in regards to flight tickets would be ASAP Tickets. And I have the website here. It's www.asaptickets.com, ASAP Tickets. And they find really, really low fares. Not always the most convenient flights. You might not get, they're the fastest, or you might get the last seats in the row next to the toilets or something like that. But if you're looking for really good flights, that would be one good possibility. I did also mention earlier on about housing. And so we do not have the facility to house people. Everybody has to find their own housing. I recommend Airbnb. It's AIRBNB.com. And depending on how many people be staying together, you could probably work on a good figure. If you're staying alone, or you and your spouse, $25 to $30 a night would be, you'd get a nice apartment for that, a full apartment. And you have to make sure you specify this when you go on Airbnb. Specify this. In fact, let me show you exactly how it works. So if you open up your browser and then go airbnb.com, and you could become a member, but what you have to do is go to the top, and where it says anywhere, you type in Athens, Central Greece, okay? And then you put your dates. So this one says November 6th to the 23rd. I'll just keep it that. And then go here where it says room type, and you said you want an entire home, or you could say you want a private room or a shared room. Then you could pick your price range, and I normally slide this all the way back. Price range per night in Athens, I'm saying $25, and I'm going to put apply. And then what it's going to do, it's going to bring up all the pictures of all the different places that are available. So I want to put also 2 guests here by doing that. And you'll see right here on the map that there's places from anywhere from $10 a night. These are entire homes, so $10 a night, $25, $21. If you look here carefully also, you'll see that the location where we're going to be meeting, and now if you expand the map, you can see this green area here is a landmark for me. So this is a park in central Athens, and it's just north of the National Historical Museum, and right behind the Historical Museum, right behind this street here, is Zaimi, and that's where the House of Prayer will be. And let me zoom in on that a little bit more. Zaimi. And then what Airbnb is going to show you is all the different Airbnbs within walking distance of there. Okay, so right here you have one for $22. Over here you have one for $25. Over here for $23. And then if you zoom out farther, you could see even a greater number of Airbnbs in that vicinity or anywhere in Athens. You go to the left of the page and it'll say $23 cozy studio apartment, newly renovated. And then you open that up and you will see details. You can see the cost. So for this 2 weeks, 23 nights, no, I'm sorry, 17 nights, 10% weekly discount, cleaning fee, and then the total will be for those 17 nights, $432 for 2 guests. If you want to add more guests, say, okay, this one only takes a maximum 2 guests. So 2 guests, 2 beds, 1 bath, and it has pictures. You can view the pictures, and then it has the amenities. Tells you what you could expect. So there's internet. You want to make sure it has internet, elevator, whether they want kids care. It has cable television. You want to make sure that there's heating and air conditioning. So in this one there is heating, there is air conditioning, there's a private end, there's a washing machine, so it tells you all about that. And you could make your decision based on that. So that's just a little bit about housing and how to work that out. Like I said too, if you do a package deal through Orbitz, then you'll be able to stay in a hotel, and that'll be there'll be a different description for that also. The food, Greek food is great, healthy, a lot of organic stuff coming in the markets. I would expect that if you're a modest spender and modest eater, 5 to 10 euros a day would be reasonable. You could live on that. You can get a gyro a day and a drink for 2 or 3 euros, which is sufficient, or a whole meal. But probably plan to spend 10 to 20 euros would be a really generous amount. $20 a day would be a generous amount to spend on food in Athens. Local transportation, as I already mentioned, it's one of the best in the world. You can ride public transportation unlimited for 5 days for 9 euros, which is about $10.63. Or for 5 days, or a 30-day pass, which would be 30 euros, which would also be about $35. So very, very reasonable. Now, as far as like donations and offerings, you're going to want to come, and some people will want to give to the poor. We do not recommend that you go on the street and give handouts to people who are begging, simply because if you do that, you will be swamped, and then in some cases, you could be harassed and maybe even threatened. So what we're recommending, if you would like to give an offering or a donation of some kind that would help the poor and needy, then to go through one of the agencies that we're working with that we recommend. So that's all I want to say about finances. This is the end of our 6th orientation, with the memorandum of understanding for those coming from outside of Greece. Thank you.